my name is Austin Paget, and I'm here to talk to you about life insurance. Now, I know when you're young, you don't think about when you're going to die, but it is a smart thing to do, because if you do, you can decide if you want to get life insurance. And getting life insurance can really help your family out in the future. Now, let's talk about when you do die. What happens after you die? All your debt that you have gets passed down to your family. For example, if you have a house that you owe money on, that gets passed down to your family, and they have to pay that off. And that can be a lot of money, especially if they don't have a lot of money. And it really is devastating to them, especially because they have a loss now in their family, but also because they owe a lot of money. And it also could lead to them having debt, which is not a very good thing. Now let's look at why it is important. It is important because your family might not have enough money to pay for your funeral arrangements. Funeral arrangements can be really expensive, especially big ones. Like, they can go from $3,000 to $15,000 or even more, and that's really nice, expensive funerals. But it helps pay for that also, along with your remaining debt. And it is a really good thing to have, especially for your family, because they can use that to help pay for everything. Now, let's look at how it saves you money. With life insurance, it saves you a lot of money, especially, like I said, with funeral arrangements and debts that you owe, cars, houses, boats, etc., stuff like that. It helps with that kind of stuff. And for your family, it really helps them. And without it, they might also go into debt, which is not a very good thing, especially after a loss like that. And debt is not a really good place to be, because you owe money all the time unless you can get it paid off. And the less debt you have, the better. Now, let's talk about when you should get life insurance. The older you are, the more expensive it's going to be. Like, if two people have a baby, it's smart to get it when they're as young as possible, because if they get to be 80 years old, it's going to be more expensive then to get it than they are when they're 20. Because at 80 years old, you have more health risks than you do at 20 years old. More than likely you do. And that's why it's more expensive. And also, if you smoke or not. Non-smokers is less expensive than it is for smokers. And with the age, the more money it is for people that are older, and there's less money for people that are younger. Now let's look at some things to conclude our statement. You should get life insurance so that your family will not have to pay for your debts and funeral arrangements, stuff like that. But it's just a smart thing to get, just in case something bad happens to you all of a sudden, and it won't leave your family without any money to pay for anything. And you should also get it as young as possible, so that it is the cheapest rate you can get. Don't wait until you're 50 or 60 to get life insurance, because it'll be way more expensive, and you also don't know when something might happen to you. So you need to get it as soon as possible, so that it won't be as expensive later on. And especially if you have kids, you need to get it on them extremely fast, especially whenever they're younger, so there will be less money for you to have to pay in the future. And with that being said, I would like to conclude my statement and thank you for listening to me talk about life insurance.